What's up, everybody? Time for another fragrance review. Long time, no fragrance review. It's not that I don't like fragrances, it's just that I just don't have the disposable income for them. But I was kindly donated a fragrance that a while ago was getting some hype in the fragrance community to the point that some people were saying it was just being shilled. But, that fragrance would be ADAMO 5. Numero 5, I think they call it. I was kindly gifted this fragrance from, their name was Looking Through the Palm Trees, the Mirage of a Desert Rose Appears. Pick a normal name, but thank you for the gift. I know you'll probably watch this video. Pick a normal name. I think you might have a mental problem. But thank you for the gift. Okay. Okay. Great name. I love it. So this is a coffee fragrance. I like coffee fragrances. And I'm always looking for the ultimate holy grail coffee fragrance. Something like a mocha. Going into like Dunkin' Donuts, smelling donuts, mocha, chocolate, coffee thing. I think that'd be awesome. It doesn't exist, but I would like it. So this fragrance, I've seen this compared to stuff that really confuses me. Some reviews have said this smells like Black Phantom, which I like Black Phantom, but this doesn't smell anything like Black Phantom to me. However, I have seen it also compared to something like Silky Woods. And I will say this does have that sort of leather, oud, burnt rubber kind of smell to it. But on top of that, you know what this actually smells like? Another fragrance that I actually do like, and that would be, well, this is the new reformulated, rebranded version of it. If you've ever smelled Bond Number 9, I Love New York for All, which is now New Bond Street, or it's maybe a rebranding, slight reformulation of it, but that's what this kind of smells like to me. Now there is a little bit of like a ginger is very, very quick at the beginning, and towards the end you do get a little bit more tonka. You need to add a little bit more sweetness, but for me personally, I just like sweet scents. I wish this was a little bit sweeter. And I have so many fragrances, and I'm very lucky that I own so many fragrances. Not as many as like people in the fragrance community legitimately, but ever since COVID, I've been actually donated quite a few fragrances very kindly to who you are, under the almost like the sort of pretense or kindness of them was, they felt bad for me losing my smell, which I never totally 100% got my smell back ever since I first had COVID. I guess it would be 4 years ago now, but I do have enough smell or sense of smell that I can at least enjoy fragrances, which is nice, right? But I would say that this smells like, again, I would say something like, imagine if you've ever smelled the coffee smell of I Love New York for All, or again, New Bond Street, which they call it now, and put that on top of that, again, I guess people compare it to Silky Woods. If you've ever smelled Silky Woods, that sort of burnt rubber, leather, oud kind of smell. So I guess my qualm with this would be, again, I just like sweeter stuff. That's just me. I love sweet fragrances, so I just wish it was sweeter. And I think one of my things would be with, when I think about would I wear it, I mean, I think it smells fine. And I would actually say, I think there's a little bit of a skin chemistry thing, because I will say a lot of times when I test fragrances, I wear them at different points. And so this one, I wore this one to bed. And I can say when I wore it to bed, got on some of my bed sheets, and I got to say, my bed smelled pretty good. my bed smelled better than it smells on me on my skin. Sometimes there's slight skin sort of things. I just would like it to be sweeter. And I think about it, if I wanted the Bond Number 9, I Love New York All for kind of smell, I would rather wear that fragrance. And if I wanted that sort of burnt rubber, leather, kind of oud sort of smell, that sort of darkness, I would rather just wear something like Oud Vanille from Montserrat, if you've ever smelled that. So, sadly, again, when it dries down a little bit more, I can smell some of the tonka in the background, but I would need more of that. I would need more of the Tonka, the chocolate. It just is I don't know, it's like fine. You know, again, so if you want a leather coffee kind of smell, fresh leather, you know, I say it's weird. I say burnt. I guess you have to know fragrances of what I'm talking about. That sort of burnt rubber, but there's like a freshness to it because if you ever smelled, again, I Love New York for All. I Love New York for All has a sort of strange sort of freshness, right? Unfortunately, this doesn't get the crushed cocoa pebble kind of smell that I Love New York for All gets, which is, you know, and that's obviously much more sweeter. But so overall, I appreciate the gift. This would be a fragrance for me that I would wear if a girlfriend wanted me to wear it, I think, right? Because it's not something like, I'll say something like, say a popular fragrance in the community. Even to this day, I'll say a fragrance that is popular in the community that even people that are not into fragrances that like it, and just because I'll mention this because I've been thinking about doing a review on the newer by Killian, the Old Fashioned, which I also think smells good. But speaking of a Killian fragrance, you know, there's Angel's Share. Angel's Share is definitely a fragrance that the fragrance community loves. Excuse me. And even normal people like Angel's Share. That's a fragrance that I don't like at all. That would be like if a girl like, please wear it for me. Please wear it for me, right? You know what I mean? It's like, I guess. But this would be like, you know, if a girlfriend wanted me to wear it, I wouldn't be totally against it, you know, if she liked it. You know, it's kind of a vibe, but my problem is the two fragrances that it just reminds me of or has aspects of, I would just rather wear those fragrances. If this was a little bit sweeter, it might be, you know, it would be a strong like, I would say. If it was sweeter, more Tonka, you know, more coffee, but I think it's just two of that, the burnt rubber thing, the burnt rubber leather oud thing, it's really kind of a vibe. And if I want to go for that vibe, there's just so many other leather fragrances that I could wear, you know, so many other kind of harsh things. And also sometimes fragrances are a vibe. And there's just the vibe, a different vibe that could give, like, other fragrances could give me the vibe or the situation that I would want to wear this. Does that make sense? I don't know, but I do appreciate the gift. Thank you very much. Is it worth the hype? I don't know if it's worth the hype for me, but it's not bad or anything like that. So thank you to Looking Through the Palm Trees, the mirage of a desert rose appears. Hopefully you can fix your name just a little bit. Your name is quite strange. But thank you. Thank you for the gift. Remember, if you like the videos, like, subscribe, comment, share, support the channel if you want. I appreciate it. Thanks. The end.